Hello and welcome back to another episode of Come Back Stronger. I'm Dana Brooks of the Fasig Brooks Law Offices, and I'm joined today with my law partner, Jimmy Fasig.
Hello.
Welcome back to another fantastic show. This time we have somebody who's kind of one of my people that I like.
Yes. Because she's a social worker.
Well, also she's one of the top Tallahassee top 25 women you need to know in Tallahassee. So she's got her hands in everything. So it reminds me of some
just like you, for example, another one of the top 25 and social worker. Yeah. Boom.
I don't know why I like her so much. There's just something about her. No, seriously, y'all, this woman is doing everything. She's another one of these people that makes me feel lazy. We have Kristel Avilus on today. She's got a wonderful story. She's got a story of triumph, overcoming it, coming back stronger, and what do they do after they do it? Help other people. She lives it every day. She is she has a master's in social work. She's a clinical social worker. She's working with the PACE Center for Girls, doing all kinds of things there. It would take me just probably more time than we have to go through every award she's getting now.
Well, first of all, she's got the Social Worker of the Year award for the National Association of Social Workers.
That's national.
That's a big deal. National Social Worker of the Year, Unsung Shero Award from the Oasis Center for Women and Girls, Department of Juvenile Justice Seeking Excellence Award. She is a highly decorated. She is very highly decorated because of the work that she's doing in the community, doing good. And the best part about it is seeing where she came from.
That's exactly
right.
To where she is now.
She's
an immigrant from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And she had a hard time assimilating, fitting in, and finding her place. And just like a lot of people who don't feel very welcome, and maybe make some bad choices. Mm-hmm. But the important thing with her, with so many people, is she learned from those choices.
And she came back
she did
stronger.
What? She came back stronger.
That's exactly right. So we are going to go to a commercial break, and then when we come back, you're going to see the first part of our interview. And we look forward to seeing you then.
I recently had a new client and she suffered a mild traumatic brain injury. Okay. And she had no idea what had happened that caused her to be injured.
Gotcha.
But it turns out she had fallen into a pit at an oil change station. And it was 100% their fault.
Oh, wow.
But her injury made her not even understand
her injury, and
it
makes me so frustrated because folks that suffer concussions or mild traumatic brain injuries, it's really difficult for them to know what happened and to understand the difference in what their life was and what it is now because of the nature of their condition. And so the insurance companies need to recognize the full value of that.
Instead of taking advantage of that very unique situation.
It took her family telling her, you need to call an attorney. Her family coming with her to the appointment to say, these are the differences to get her in there, and now we're able to help her.
I love that. And we are back. We're getting ready to have our first segment of our interview with Kristel Avilus. And I think this is going to be really poignant because we hear about how she came here and the struggles she faced. Yep. And like so many people, you think they're on a path, but then she turns it all around. Take a look.
All right, Kristel, Miss Kristel Avilus, I'm so happy that you joined us today. You are Tallahassee's one of 25 women to know. You are Social Worker of the Year, and you've committed your life to helping women and girls at the PACE Center. So I can't wait to talk about your story.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I want to start about when you're you're a child in Jamaica, and you're going through middle school, and you had a lot of challenges in middle school. Tell us a little bit about what those were.
So I'm originally from Jamaica. I lived there with my grandma, my mom, and we moved here when I was 12. So right, like that 6th grade, that tough, adventurous time of a girl's life.
Right.
So we moved there. I got caught up in the wrong crowd. Had some dress code stuff. Had some charges.
Did you really?
Yes,
no
I
kidding.
Had some shoplifting charges.
I was about to say, are you comfortable sharing?
Yeah. Okay. No. I'm coming from an open book. So yes, I had some shoplifting charges from Dillard's here in town. I see the officer all the time that arrested me.
Do you really?
Yes, we actually work together now to help youth. So it's just so, she's like, you make me feel old. She's like, I remember chasing you through Dillard's. I was like, I remember you chasing me.
Kristel, you have come full circle.
I really have.
So you were a teenager shoplifting at Dillard's, and now
I was
you're
13.
Wow. And then you dropped out of 8th grade.
Dropped out of 8th grade. Okay. So that was like the spring break of of me in 8th grade. Failed 8th grade, ended up having to go to PACE. Hated it because it was all girls and they bullied me, and I just known girls for bullying, so I hated it. And it was just me and my mom. She's a single mom. We migrated here. We didn't know anyone in Tallahassee. We came straight here, so just trying to figure it all out, trying to make friends.
You were struggling.
Yeah. It was really hard.
You got pregnant early. I know that you were a teenage mom.
Yes, I got pregnant at 15.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rough
And
couple
life
of years.
was over. Yep.
Yeah, is that what you thought? You thought your life was over?
I thought it was done for.
Yeah.
My mom thought that. My whole family thought that. They disowned me for like 24 hours.
Wow.
And they definitely wanted me to go another way than having her. But I just knew that I had ran my race and it was time to carry the baton to someone else. And I always tell her, you run that race. Like, and she's done amazing things.
So how did you, as this girl that was 12, 13, shoplifting, getting arrested, getting pregnant at 15, how did you decide to have the baby and all of a sudden turn into a responsible mom? Where does that come from?
I don't know. I remember sitting and telling my mom. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I told her I'm pregnant. She said, oh, she's so calm. She said, how far along are you? I said, I'm about 3.5 months. I was like, oh, she took it good. This is my friend. We're really close. And then she just flipped. She said, oh, well, we can go to the abortion clinic. We can take care of it. That's the plan. It's a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. And I said, oh, no. I said, I plan to raise my child. I don't know where that voice came from. And the rest was just throwing stuff out the window. She was like, you're done. And so it was a tough time because we were all we had for so long. But I just knew I had something else to do. I knew that wasn't my story.
It was almost like your purpose arrived.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I felt.
So you had your daughter, and then did you stay along with PACE after you had your daughter?
So no, when I got pregnant with her is when I was transitioning from PACE. So PACE felt a little like, you're going the other direction. I was like, no, I'm going exactly the direction I need to.
So tell us a little bit about what PACE is for people that don't know.
Okay, so PACE helps all girls. I say all girls because I still have clients that are 30 that call me. So PACE helps all girls. We serve 6th through 12th grade, so 11 through 18. Some girls there enroll before they're 18, so they stay till they're 19, and it's just a special place. I love PACE. I love everything about PACE. It's definitely a school, so they're to catch up on academics, but it's for girls. I describe it as that can't flourish to the best of their ability in traditional Leon County schools, or traditional school, period. They just need an extra added support. We have 5 master level counselors on staff, so a lot of social work, a lot of love, a lot of just smiles and hug and the PACE magic. And we pour into the families, pour into the girls. During COVID, we're delivering meals, we're delivering toiletries. So it's just like a support system that you don't have, and you don't kind of know you need it.
Yeah, so when you were a teenager in PACE, and you maybe didn't feel like it was for you, right?
Right, at first I didn't.
But now you're an adult and you're leading the charge at PACE.
Yes.
So how did all that work?
So I just know what they did for me. It took me a while while I was in school, I was like, wait, that's what PACE did for me. So I didn't really identify it or appreciate it as much as I should have until I started getting my social work degrees. And I was like, wait, this place helped me. Didn't realize it was social work. Didn't realize that I just, you're a kid. You think it's their job. They have to do it. But all the events I got, I was at golf club, places I would have never been without PACE. I went to Disney. I went to several places. And it was just, you felt supported. I felt like there's nothing I could have told them. They were the first people I told I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, okay, we got this. We had everything else.
We're behind you. Like they were your support system.
Yeah.
So what was life like after you had your daughter?
So after I had my daughter, I thought it was going to be the more typical teenage pregnant story that mom helps and jumps in. And nope. It was her and I. My mom didn't change one diaper. She was very loving to me, but I was going to do this on my own. I appreciate her to this day so much for that. But no, it was just me and her, and I felt like I had to finish now. I'm severely dyslexic, so I had IEP my entire life.
Okay.
So feeling like you just don't belong or you're just not smart enough or good enough, I had those feelings. I didn't want my daughter to feel those feelings. So we read every day, 6 to 7 books. She was reading fluently at 3. So I knew that this was my my purpose to pour into her. So let her finish off. But I didn't know, I thought I was over and she would just carry the race. But I think we end up running the race together.
That's really cool.
So, yeah.
How did you finish school? Did you go to high school and have a
So I
baby?
went to the TAP teenage program here in town, and I put her in a daycare. I would go over there and breastfeed, and I would go to regular class, come and visit her, go back to class. Had one book on one and doing hair that I wasn't familiar with her texture here, but trying to do her hair in one hand and trying to figure it out. And then I worked. So I started working when I was 16. So I worked at Wendy's, and you know, we figured it out together.
So I'm really interested to know from a psychological standpoint or social standpoint, what changed in you from being that girl that was shoplifting at Dillard's and being the girl that got pregnant to all of a sudden being the girl that could balance going to school, raising a daughter, not having your own mom's help, and working at Wendy's full time?
I hate to say that I didn't recognize what it was back then, but it was definitely Pace. It was definitely the counselors at Pace saying, hey, you got this. You could do this. I mean, no one in the world. When you're pregnant at 15, there's no one, not even your immediate protective factors or your immediate social support system is telling you can do this. Like, no one's telling you that. So when they were like, we got this. What is the plan? We can do this. And I know I planned. I then had a mission to prove everyone wrong.
That's amazing. I love hearing that. That's like that fiery competitive side in you.
Oh, yes.
Well, when we come back from the break, I want to talk about what life was like for you becoming an adult and going to college and getting your master's and now all these awards that you win as a social worker.
Yes.
So we'll be right back after a couple minutes.
All right.
Oh, she's awesome. She's fantastic.
She really is, and what I love most about her story is that she took the challenges that she went through and she not only overcame those challenges and learned from those challenges, but she's decided to give back in exactly the way that she was given to, which is through Pace, which is exactly where she's working today. It all came full circle for her, and she literally came back stronger, and she's changing the world in the same way that she needed it to be changed for her.
You know, you see this so much with people who go into the helping professions. I knew this when I was in school and getting training. Everybody has got a story like that.
Yeah.
You know, there are very few people who just went great through the world, killer childhood, you know, high self-esteem, and they go, you know, I think I'm going to be a counselor. I think I'm going to help at-risk people. No, there are almost always people who have overcome something, and when they get on the other side of it, they're filled with such gratitude that it's effusive. You just can't help but do for others, you know, what you've done. But I'm also, you know, another word that popped into my head as I was listening to this is shame. You know, there's so many things that she talked about that a lot of people would not feel comfortable sharing, certainly not on television, and that's why they have so much power over us, is shame. Is whatever you give it the power to silence your voice and not share it, instead of saying, yeah, I made a mistake.
Own it.
And I got chased through the Dillard store, and now I run into this woman. She's got a lighthearted thing about it because she knows she learned the lesson, and that there's no shame in making a mistake, learning your lesson and coming back stronger.
One of the most powerful things she said was when she was talking about her daughter and whether or not she was going to have her, she said, I decided that wasn't going to be my story.
Not my story.
And that's what we all have to do. We have to decide, what is our story going to be?
Yeah.
We decide what our story is, nobody else.
Yeah.
Very powerful stuff.
And it may be not what you planned, it's probably going to be a lot better. So stay tuned. We'll come back after the break and we'll watch our second half of this awesome interview. Come back.
You know what's funny? When law firms advertise that they'll give a free consultation, every consultation we give is free, unless we can get you a settlement based on your injuries.
Right.
Every time you give me a call, it's free.
Yeah.
I want you to give me a call.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to charge you unless we actually get you something for your case.
That's right. You don't have to pay me anything unless I win the case.
Right.
And on top of that, I'm going to pay for all of the court costs and the deposition costs and medical records costs and expert opinions costs. All of that's coming out of my pocket, and if we don't win the case, then we eat those costs at no charge to you.
Right. So we don't take a case we don't believe in because it's not in our interest.
Right.
And we don't minimize or devalue your case because that's also not in our interest.
Right.
So it makes everything fair.
If you have a lawyer on a contingency fee, you can hire the very best lawyer.
and we are back for the second half of our interview with Kristel Avilus. This woman just decided to just change her whole life trajectory. She said that is not going to be my story, and she set about to change not only her world but the world of young women and girls. So take a look.
Well, Kristel, thanks for sharing that with us from the first segment. And then what I want to talk about is what you did for college. How did you go? So you obviously graduated in high school.
Yes.
All right.
I graduated on time. I was the valedictorian of my class. It was a small class.
Oh, that's amazing.
Still valedictorian. My daughter was definitely in my graduation. At this point, she was 2.5.
Oh.
I then got married to her dad, so we're still together. And
Really?
we opened first black-owned transportation company here in town.
Awesome.
And I did that for a while. So I was like, okay, it was doing well. It was booming. It was like Uber before Uber.
So you started running a business at 18?
I started running a business at 18. So I had her in the back seat. Wasn't the best setup at first. He would do day, I would do night, and at night he would be home with her. But I did all the finances. I got the LLC. I did everything. You know, we tag team stuff. And then after a while, it seemed like that was more his area. We did it together still. But then I said, my grandma every day was like, when you gonna get a college degree? I was like, I'm making thousands of dollars. Like, I don't, I wasn't trying to be cocky, but I was like, I made it. Like, I made it at 18. And she's like, no, you didn't. She's like, no one could take education away from you. You go back, you get me a piece of paper. Ooh. At some point, I thought of just making a piece of paper.
Grandma cracked the whip.
But she did. And I thank her every day for it because she's right. So, I went back to CCC.
You just said something so poignant that nobody can take your education from you.
Yes.
So you can have a job, you can have money, you can have a partner, a spouse, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But what you have up here, nobody can ever steal from you.
Right. And I think I needed that because I needed to work on me a little bit and pour into me because I had poured into this little human. So I needed to go back and finish what I had started. So I said, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to get an AA so she can have this. Went and got my AA, and then there was Thomas University out at the courtyard, and they were there for social work. And I said, what's that? And I remember one of my mentors saying to me, you need to do something that you're passionate about, something that, and I was like, well, I like helping people, but there's no job for that. I don't want to be a doctor. Then I found social work, and I loved it. And I was like, okay, I'll just go get the bachelor's. And then I was like, I'll just go get the master's. And then I was like, I'll just get licensed. So it just kept going because my need for helping others just grew and grew and grew. And I wanted to have you can help people all day, but if you don't have the credentials, then it's like you also have to have that. So I went all the way. My grandmother's still waiting on the doctorate, but may not happen.
She must be very proud, though, because you just got the award of Social Worker of the Year.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's from the National Social Workers Society?
Yes, National Association of Social Work.
That's incredible. And you've gotten some other awards, too. I think Thomas University gave you an award, right?
Yes, the Thomas University gave me an award when I graduated. It was the Make the Change Award. It's an award that they created just for myself. I got an award. It's been about 4 this year. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it's top 25 women to know.
Yeah.
Unsung Shiro from the Oasis Center.
Okay.
And
wait. What's that? Unsung Shiro?
Yes.
Like a hero?
Yes. But it's a Shiro. So it's during Women's History Month.
Okay.
And I got that one. And then I got the Department of Juvenile Justice Seeking Excellence Award. So.
My goodness. I bet you have surprised everybody.
I did. I surprised myself.
That's wonderful.
But I do it for the girls. I remember being that little girl that didn't feel like she belonged, and I want to be able to have that moment with the girls that when they see all the awards, I keep all of them in my office, and I remember being like, wow, this person's really awesome. I want them to think that of me, but also know I was you.
I was about to say, the girls know that you have walked in their shoes not that long ago.
Yes.
So what kind of girls can apply to PACE, or what kind of girls does PACE take in?
So we take in girls that have any truancy issues, any peer relation issues at their school. We take in academic underachievement, any girls that just feel lost right now and they just need a place. And even if it's not the school portion, we do have like the reach therapy portion that's free. We come to the home, we do family therapy. It's just another extra person. So many girls, we have an assessment, we do it every girl, and say, what positive person do you have in your life that's not family? So many girls put 0.
Really?
And that's sad. So we want to be that for any girl, any walk of life, any social economic status, just to be that support for that girl, that person. Everyone needs that person.
Does it cost anything?
Nope, it's absolutely free.
And how can people find PACE Center for Girls?
So you can Google it. We have an online form that it comes straight to actually my cell phone. So I will reach out or someone on my team. But yeah, you can Google us. You can come to 311 East Jennings Street. Welcome to give you a tour. Or give us, just internet searches and you'll find us.
So for girls that think that PACE is not for them or that they
Right.
don't need PACE, or what would you tell them?
I would tell them I think everybody needs PACE. We do have 3 risk factors that girls need to meet, but I think any girl can meet some of those risk factors. Has ever been suspended ever in your educational life, or you ever felt alone, or any trauma, any any foster care, anything like that, we're here. And I would tell that girl that I was you. We all need someone. And if there's an area that you think I could use a little help, we are that little help, that little magic.
Well, and you're so inspirational for those girls.
Yes.
Really, you are. And you're inspirational for me as a 46-year-old woman. I mean, it's so fascinating to me that you went from being arrested at Dillard's and now you see the same security officer.
Yes.
And what is that conversation like?
Oh, we laugh all the time. Every time we actually were at the Christmas drive at Target together, and I was like, remember these days when I would take this? And we just joke, and she's so nice about it. She said, I knew that wasn't you, though. I knew that you just needed a little something. She's like, glad you found PACE, and I'm glad PACE found you.
And I'm glad all the girls at PACE have you.
Right.
Because they can see that it's not that it's easy to do, but there is a path, there is a way, there's a light, and you can show that to them.
Right.
And I'm sure you have many other staff members that can do that as well.
Oh, yes. I think everybody who works at PACE, they have a story. I think social work, you get into social work, you have a story.
Yeah.
Because you have, I always say help isn't help unless it's helpful. I get that from my professor, Bill at Thomas. But it's true. Like, we all try to help each other, but are we helping in the right way? So.
Well, and I also want to point out that you have 6 children.
Yes, I do. 6 wonderful, amazing
5
kids.
that are your own, and you also adopted one.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
I mean, your life is so busy, but yet you still have time to give all this love to not only the girls at PACE, but your own children.
Oh, yes. We go on date nights once a week. I don't, something I beat myself up if I end up missing it. But yeah, we're in town going to date nights, and because it's important to pour into them. I can't say it enough. We just need to support each other and our kids. Like, you can buy them all the things, the iPhone, but sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. They
just some time.
They just want time. And
You know
that's
what's neat
priceless.
is I always see the every year Tallahassee Democrat does the 25 women you need to know, and I know a lot of them, and I see them, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are great. I didn't know you, and I'm so glad I got to know you, and I'm so glad our viewers get to know you because I just think you're spectacular.
Oh,
and
thank you.
You're so inspirational, and you've made my life better, and I thank you for sitting down with us today.
Oh, thank you. It was an honor. I wouldn't have been anywhere place else.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that was heartwarming. I love
So
it.
much to unpack.
Yeah.
So much good stuff to unpack from that.
What'd you get?
Okay, so here's the big thing that I see.
Okay.
Is that she didn't come in, she is a woman that is in her power.
Yes, she is.
But she did not come into her power until she had somebody else to pour herself into,
Right.
which is she had her baby.
Yeah.
And say, how am I going to pour myself into this little human? I love the way she puts that, but that's when she became the powerful person that she is. And then moving forward, it's giving back to the girls that are going through what she had to go through. So it's when she decided to contribute not to herself, but to somebody else, that's where the power is. It's when once we decide that our life is about something bigger, it's about giving
Service.
back to make this world a better place, all of a sudden we can come into our power, and that's what she did.
Well, if you look at people who are very powerful and very influential, most of the time you'll find that they have a servant's heart. And so
Yes.
she has that.
Yes.
Her grandmother had it. I liked a couple of things that she said. She said, her motivation. A lot of people are motivated by somebody saying, you can't do it, you're not good enough, you'll never make it. Some people are motivated by people supporting good love and encouragement, the kind that Jimmy Fasig offers. But with her, she was motivated by her mother, her grandmother, saying, give me that paper.
Yes.
You're nobody just because you're making money at 18, young lady. That's not a future. An education can't be. Everybody who gets their degree, what's your parents say to you? Nobody will ever take this away from you.
Right.
And that's because that means that's a credential you can hold on and you could use in many ways. But she also said those little eyes were watching me. Her daughter was watching her.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could talk a little bit more. We could talk forever on this, but we'll come back after the break and wrap up this incredible, amazing story. Stay tuned.
I went to lunch with one of my former clients the other day, and she's doing great. She took the money from her settlement and she started her own company buying and selling vehicles, which is really cool because she was in a car crash and then needed a new vehicle. And so now she's able to help other folks out.
Most of our clients, they find that one of the most frustrating things is the dealing with the vehicle.
Oh, well, losing your car can totally disrupt your life.
You could lose your livelihood over it. If you can't get to work, or you know, what's the worst thing with our clients is we're just trying to help them get well. But if they can't get to the health care that they need, you know, that's just another setback.
One of the typical things about a comeback story is you take the pain and the struggles and the challenges that you've been through and you use that as the fire that kind of motivates you to do something good for other people.
Yeah.
And so I love that because now our client did exactly that, like literally to the T.
And we are back. What an exciting interview about this woman who, if you ever saw what she came from, you wouldn't expect to see her here.
Right.
But here she is. What are some of the things your takeaways?
A couple big takeaways. One is that whenever we're going through challenges, somebody's going through a challenge, and if they're going to come back stronger and you hear their story later, there are always some key people. A lot of times it's just one key person that had one conversation with them that turned everything around. In her case, she had the counselor at Pace, and then she also had her grandmother.
Right.
And those were the influences in her life that made her want to come back stronger and made her know that she could do it. So whenever you're dealing with people that are having challenges, it's real important to know you might be that person for them.
Yeah, and be careful with your language. You know, you may be the one person who just is having a bad day and you just flippantly say something really negative that someone internalizes, and then that changes how they view themselves and their worth and their value in the world. So be careful with your language. Encourage people whenever you can, and don't ever get in between somebody and say, that's never going to work.
Right.
That's a bad idea. You know, that can't happen because you just don't know what can happen. But I wanted to, before we wrap up, she talked about Pace. That's an incredible resource that's available across North Florida. You got that Pensacola, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. You've got a lot of PACE resources out there. Take advantage of them. Oasis, started by Kelly Ott here in town, saw a need for something to help women and girls, met that need. She's got an incredible board, a lot of people working. So if you are struggling or you have a young woman or girl in your life who's struggling, please know there are resources out there. You can always contact us at Fasig Brooks. We'll put you in touch with them and all these wonderful people doing this work in our world.
100%. So the last point I wanted to make, Dana, is that she decided that she was going to work on her. She said, I have to work on me first before I can give back.
That's right.
That was an incredible point that her grandmother made to her, and I think that was a key to her development.
Well, and it makes her responsible. You know, she's holding herself out as a model, so she's got to keep working on herself, and she does it every day and helps so many other people as she does it. So I appreciate you watching another episode of Come Back Stronger. Watch us every week when we bring you more exciting stories about people who have overcome something and turned around and gave something to somebody else to enrich their lives. So thank you for joining us. Stay tuned every week. Thank you.
The insurance company is not their friend. They're not a good neighbor, and you're not in good hands. Why? Because they have the insurance company have an invested interest in not paying.
That's how they make their profits. They collect as much as they can in premiums and pay as little as they can in claims. That's the whole insurance business.
That's right. Simple model.
So our job is to make sure that they pay the claims fairly. We would prefer not to sue anybody, but that's the insurance company's fault.